Hey guys, and welcome to another Titan Tries. However, I think this video is actually going to go up a little bit earlier than the usual Saturday slot, just because holy freaking shit, they did it! The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered. What a timeline to live in. And to be honest, guys, Bethesda getting a solid W was absolutely not on my bingo card for this year. They have been going out of their way, I think it's fair to say, to ruin their reputation over the last few years. To the point where a lot of people were saying, were their older games just a fluke? Because we had Fallout 4, which a lot of people were disappointed with. I enjoyed Fallout 4, to be completely fair and honest. I really enjoyed Fallout 4. It wasn't perfect. They dialed down the RPG elements quite a lot, and you know, it kind of it emphasized the construction a little bit too much, and that would have been fine, but they just it just wasn't great. Yeah, a lot of problems with Fallout 4, but the gameplay was good. The gunplay for the time was fine. The world was incredible. The music was incredible. You know, so it was a good time. I enjoyed it. A little bit of a step in the wrong direction, but not the end of the world. Then we got Fallout 76. We're not even talking about it, all right? Apparently it's a good game now, but it's an online game, so I'm not interested at all. I think I put a couple of hours into it on the Xbox One back before they patched everything, and yeah, it's not Fallout. Maybe it's more Fallout now than it was, but nah. Anyway, then we had Starfield. Starfield, huh? That was a game of our time, wasn't it? The thing that sucked so badly for Starfield was it wasn't a terrible game. It was okay. My biggest gripes with the game is I didn't like the overarching story. I don't even know if I should talk about it. I mean, it's not exactly a new game anymore, is it? But the whole multiverse thing and different timelines and being reborn over and over. Yeah, the main Starborn plot, I actually didn't like it at all. I thought all the other plots in the game were a lot more interesting. But the main problem with Starfield was it felt like a game that should have released a decade ago. The way the game actually worked for all the loading screens, the transitions, the dialogue options, the bartering system. In some ways, it felt worse than Fallout 4, if that's possible. And then you had a whole load of other optional bits thrown in, like building your own outposts, which served no purpose. You had hundreds of thousands of planets. All right, that's an exaggeration. Little over 10,000 planets, but they had nothing on them. Like nothing really. I mean, there was the points of interest that you could discover in that in Starfield. I think there was like 70, something like that, which sounds like not a bad amount, but when that's spread over 1,000 planets and you're seeing the same 5 or 6 crop up all the time, the space combat in it, which was fun for a bit, but it was so basic. The gunplay was good. I enjoyed that. The powers, the Starborn powers that you got, which was just the dragon shouts from Skyrim for the most part. Yeah, I don't know. Starfield's a really difficult game to actually kind of try and quantify in my mind, because I want to love it. As a massive Bethesda fan, I want to really like it, but I just have to come to terms with the fact that it just wasn't it. Anyway, all of that aside, Bethesda destroying their reputation, blah, 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 blah. For a long time, years at this point, since the leaks, the FTC leaks, years ago, that revealed to us that Elder Scrolls 4 is being remade and Fallout 3. Okay, cool, no worries. Anyway, we kept hearing about this over and over and over again until it got to the beginning of this year when it just went bananas. Apparently this game was going to be shadow dropped and blah, blah, blah. And as much as I was trying to get excited about Elder Scrolls 4, Oblivion, all I can think about is the fact that Bethesda just keeps stepping on rakes and shooting themselves in the foot. And as much as I really want to be hyped about it, because this was the second Bethesda game that I actually played, and my God, did I play this game. I think I burnt out probably 2, 3, 4 Xbox 360s on this game. And it was an incredible time. But it was crusty. I've gone back to this game quite a few times over the years to try and play it. And I've always had fun because I've had that nostalgia kind of burst. But the game has aged quite a bit. So it was... I had it in my head that this remaster was either going to be a bare bones upgrade, or it was just going to be wildly disappointing for another reason. But lo and behold, it dropped yesterday. And I played, I think I played just over an hour of it. I got out of the dungeon. I made my character. Character creation, oh, good Lord. It's a bit better than it was before. Yeah, a little bit, couldn't have been any worse, could it? But no, the character creation is perfect. We're going to go have a little play now. I'm not going to go through the main dungeon with the Emperor getting killed and all that kind of stuff, because, everyone's done that. We're just going to load into the game and we're going to explore. So, yeah, I was expecting to be so brutally disappointed with this game, but they've changed and they've gone way above the Call of Duty. Yes, the game has been completely tarted up graphically, but they've tweaked loads of mechanics as well. Like, when you hit enemies now, there's hit reactions. Visually, everything just looks more fun to explore. The UI has had a massive overhaul, and the UI is actually quite pretty now. It's still the same sort of thing, but it's pretty. And there's so many quality of life improvements that I've noticed. The magic and the spells are satisfying. They were very crusty when you go back to the original now. But everything's just been tweaked and polished to the 9th degree. And the music! You cannot talk about Oblivion without the music. It's, incredible. And look at this cinematic. Yes! How could they improve on the original title screen? I don't know, but they did. They did it. They absolutely did it. Did I mention this is free on Game Pass as well? Yeah, Deluxe Edition. Don't you worry. You are actually getting my money. Not many games get my money these days, especially if they're a Game Pass. But this is getting my money. I didn't even pay for Starfield, right? I didn't. Yep, that was like nah. Never donating a penny to that. But this I am all in with. Right. Anyway, so where did I get? I got into the Imperial City. Oh, the music. To be fair, Starfield did have good music. What little music there really was. It was all very ambient, but it was very good. Fallout 4 also had excellent music. So we're in the Imperial City. I am in the copious coin purse. Yes, a legendary shop. And I snuck down here, and I was being a little bit of a sneaky thief, and the game crashed as I was mixing up potions. So yeah, that's cool. It's a Bethesda game because it's crashing all the time. Now, this is my character. I kind of just cobbled something together because I just wanted to get in. And if anybody remembers what the original character designs looked like, they were putridly ugly. I mean, and now everything's a lot better. They have gone for a very hyper realistic look, which I like. I like it. As we can see, we have just all sorts of junk But yeah, the character models, not too bad. It's all the same. All the artistry of it is the same. It's just better. It's just a new level of detail. So anyway, here is my character. I'm also doing something different. When I usually play the game, I play as a warrior with a sword and a shield. Because if you try and play Oblivion as a mage or an archer or anything like that, unlike Skyrim, it sucked balls. Because the archery just felt shit, and if you had low skills, it was just not very good. The magic system in Oblivion wasn't brilliant because you had such an over-reliance on magicka, and if you didn't have enough magicka, it was hard. It was tough to get into these other playstyles. But they've changed a lot of these things. Even the third-person camera now. I've never really played an Elder Scrolls game in third person, or a Bethesda game in third person. Why not? Because it's shit, is why not. This isn't shit. I was actually surprised at how awful Starfield was in third person. It was playable and it was better than the prior games, but you couldn't really enjoy it and have a good time, in my humble opinion. However, this time round, I can play this in third person, which is incredible. We also have the awesome Bethesda junk that litters the environment, so we can manipulate, we can pick it up. Can't really do it here because Thorinir here will get rather angry. Yes, a fan favourite here. Yeah, we can't touch any of his stuff. He will get grumpy with us. But the fact that we can pick items up and you know, really customize the environments is something that sets Bethesda games aside from every other RPG. And it's that level of interactivity that really brought me into the Bethesda world, because it was different. There was nothing else like this. And to be fair, there still really isn't anything like a Bethesda RPG, for better or worse.
What do you have to report?
Now,
That Argonian, one from yesterday. Little bugger pulled a knife on me earlier. I had to put him down.
Just keep one hand on your hilt and both eyes on the crowd. There's something sinister lurking.
something sinister lurking out here. I should hope so. So here we are in the Imperial City.
Be seeing you.
Things have changed. Now, I will say, this is definitely a remaster. It's not a remake. Okay? It's still Oblivion for the most part. It's just new and improved. When we talk to people, it's exactly the same. Now, they have re-recorded loads of voice lines, and they've added new voice lines. Did they need to do that? No, but they did. And there's way more variety in the races, in the different statures. Let's talk to this guy.
Always on duty.
There is a new facial animation mocap system in now, which, not perfect, but my God, it's better than I was expecting. We don't need to do anything. Let's go outside. Let's go have an adventure.
Merchants Inn in the market, King and Queen in Elven Gardens, the Tiber Septum in Talos Plaza, and All Saints in Temple District. There's also the Bloated Float on the waterfront.
Ah,
It's
the
not a very nice neighborhood.
Bloated Float. That's a good quest. We could go do that, actually. Yeah, so that voice actor, that's new. The map, of course, is new and hyper detailed, which you would expect. It's, you know, the same map, but it's really nice, really polished. We've got our tabs up here, overarching tabs. Magic system with, look at all the little flourishes, like in the animations as you go through. This is just, it's crazy that a remaster is just so much more impressive than their last game. It's absolutely baffling to me. We've got the map, of course, the quest log. Everything is pretty much the same. It's just the way it's laid out is so much nicer. You've got graphic options out the absolute ass as well. It's kind of insane. So to start off with, this game put everything on ultra, and ray tracing on ultra is a little bit too much for my computer. I've got a 4080. Yeah, I didn't like that too much, but turning everything down to high, one notch down. Well, some things are on ultra actually, but a lot of things are on high now, and that seems to be getting me north of 60 most of the time. Okay, so let's go. Now, I am pained, of course. Oh, the grey fox. Yes, we'll be seeing him a little bit later. Okay, he's a short fella. Right, so maybe we'll keep our eyes out for him. Let's get out of here. I want to go exploring. I don't know where I want to go exploring. I've had a look in a lot of these shops now, and they look incredible. We can go in there and buy a house. I'm looking forward to buying a house, actually. You know, I haven't been this excited for a game since Halo Infinite, I don't think. Or Starfield, actually. Green Emperor Way. Let's have a little look through Green Emperor Way. The game is running nicely as well. It is a little bit stuttery. I think that is because they're using Unreal Engine 5, but there's a weird thing going on with this game. So the game Brio engine is still running in the background, and it is handling all the game logic and all of that stuff, which is the brains. It's calculating all the physics, all that kind of stuff, and then Unreal Engine 5 is just displaying all the visuals. And what I was thinking when I started playing this is, especially after Starfield, I was like, holy shit, Bethesda, you might want to do this for the next game, because it looks good and it still has all of the stuff. Now, harvesting plants for your alchemy now feels really good. It's tactile and it just feels good to be filling your pockets up with this sort of stuff. Because Oblivion, whilst you could harvest plants, and from what I can remember, they did not disappear from the map. They were just like containers that you could loot. And it was the same with Morrowind as well. They were just physical objects that contained loot, which was the material from the plants. Skyrim was the one game that actually changed that to having the plants and things as physical objects, which was cool. And I liked that because it used to irritate the hell out of me that I could pick all these plants and stuff for my alchemy, but they were still there on the map. With the exception in Oblivion... Oh, athletics is increasing. With the exception of Nernroot, which is a alchemical substance that was added into Morrowind. No, Oblivion. That would actually disappear because there's only a finite amount of those in the game. So, yeah, that made sense that they disappeared once you collected them. But, you know, this is just mad. I've never been like a big fantasy RPG fan like that. But Bethesda games have always just grabbed me in a different way. I mean, you say what you want about the stories and, you know, all that kind of stuff, but they do world building like nobody else. And, you know, for a long time with all the haters and the naysayers, and trust me, I get it. I do. I was starting to think maybe the old games really just were not that good. I'll have a copy of the Black Horse Carrier.
My name is Hastrel Otters, and I'd like to talk about Akatosh.
Would you now? Well, go peddle thy shite elsewhere. Maybe later, bro. Yeah, so, you know, I started to believe the hype. But then when I started playing this game, it all came back to me. All it needed was a few quality of life upgrades, and it would have been a much better experience. But they fully went above and beyond. They've reworked the leveling system. They've reworked the combat. They've reworked how blocking works, which I haven't really explored that too much. The leveling system I haven't seen too much either because I'm still level 1, but apparently that is massively improved. Loading times are, well, loading times. Can't really help those. They are what they are. But look at this game. When I first stepped outside of the Imperial... I did record that, by the way, but the game crashed. This video was not my original intention. But yeah, when I first came out here and I was looking around, I was like, holy shit. And all I can think about is... And it maybe sounds a little bit odd, but my first thoughts was, why isn't this Morrowind? Why did they do Oblivion? And I'm glad they did Oblivion, because I frickin' love the game. But Morrowind was my first. And that game is the crustiest of the lot. But it has some of the best mechanics of the lot, you know? Oh my god, I can't wait. I mean, yeah, to be fair, okay, so I don't know whether they've dropped a patch overnight or whatever, but we're getting like 110 frames now. It wasn't running too great yesterday, I'll be honest. Acrobatics have increased. And we can search. And everything's animated now. Nothing was animated before. And again, it's a little thing, but it makes a big difference. Repair hammers, even all of the screens as well. Like if we go into alchemy and we go to use, I've only got a mortar and pestle. I don't have all the other items yet. But they've made this more user friendly. So for instance, you can now only select items that are a guaranteed mix. Whereas before you could have potions that failed, or if you were new to the game, the alchemy in the original game was kind of annoying to use. It's so much more accessible to everybody. That's a good thing. You want certain things to be accessible. And I think it's fair to say that this was not an accessible game. Not really. I mean, way more accessible than Morrowind, sure. But yeah, it's rough if you didn't play it back in the day. Anyway, we can just add all of our ingredients there, and we can click this really cool button. I will say all the sound effects, although they're sort of the same, they sound to me like they've all been re-recorded and they're just new. I mean, I have the sound effects and the music for this game burnt into my brain. You know, I could recognize them in my sleep. Everything here just sounds crisper and newer, and that's every part of the interface as well. Now, even when we go to repair something, we have a really cool... I need some broken equipment to show that off now. See if we can go murk somebody. So we do have a little bit of that Unreal stutter, but, you know... It sucks. I was going to say, oh, well, you know, it's not that bad. No. It fucking sucks. It does suck. It's shit. It shouldn't be a thing.
Have you ever shopped at Edgar's Discount Spells?
Edgar's Discount Spells. I would stay a hell away from that. Look at this place. Let's have a little look. Captain's... Oh, somebody's attacking me. There we go. We can get some damaged goods. Who the hell's attacking me? A pirate! Excuse me, pirate scum. Now I can show off the archery. I can also hear Nernroot. Yep, archery is now much, much better. You little shitbag. This isn't exactly going well. Ooh, right in the chest. Come on, dude. There we go. Ooh, pin the bastard. Right, I'll have your cutlass. And I'll have my arrows back. We're going to leave you naked. For your own humiliation. Oh, this is an old pirate. And there is a Nernroot. We shall have that. I've recovered a sprig of Nernroot. A plant ingredient. This unusual must have value. Perhaps I should take it to an alchemist and find out a little more about it. An alchemist can be found in almost every city in Cyrodiil. Yes, they can. Right, yeah, the archery, like, I can't even explain, like, if you played the original, you know, but the archery in the original was just so shit. It really was. Let's just put that back on the table. Ooh, sweet roll. Haven't seen the sweet rolls. And we got some grapes. I do love just walking around and just exploring the world. We can read all the... Back when I first started playing this Oblivion and even Morrowind, I used to love picking up the books and reading them. And there's so many. And the fact that we can just, you know, when we get our own place, we can proper organize everything. I can only hope that people are going to go mental with the mods for this game. Captain Toussaint's booty. So the lockpicking minigame is basically the same as it was before. Just, ooh, you bastard. Just nicer interface. This is going to be pretty rough. I'm very rough with the... How many lockpicks do I have? We've got a lot. There we go. Our skill is increasing. Fuck it. We're going to run out of lockpicks. Okay. So. Anyway. Armor repair. So now we can repair things. What's cool is it now gives us... It didn't give us any of this from what I can remember of the original Oblivion. It will tell us how much we're going to improve our equipment by. It's going to show us there the durability bar, which is nice to see. And it's going to tell us the chance of our tool breaking. So, again, there's just more detail. Spells look way better than they did, obviously. Probably want to be a little bit careful. We still have the weapon wheel. Well, yeah, like the weapon wheel or your hotbar, I should say, which is nice. We can heal ourselves. Spells are looking way nicer. So, yeah, I mean, this is basically my little Elder Scrolls video. I wasn't... Oh. I think they're grumpy because I'm on their ship. Are you grumpy because I'm on your ship? You are grumpy, aren't you? Ooh, that looks painful. Ooh, that's probably even more painful. Right in the unmentionables. Come on then, elven scum. Yeah, if anybody has not seen me play Elder Scrolls before, and that's probably most people because I don't really play a lot of Elder Scrolls on my channel because the games are just too damn long, damn it. I am a racist in these games, like massive racist. I hate the scummy elves. I think they're all filthy scum. And that used to be quite a thing between me and my ex that I used to play the hell out of this with. Oh, God. As she was always a dirty, stinking... I can't remember if she was a dark elf or a wood elf or something. Something like that. Scum, basically. Right, that's better. We are over encumbered. Yes, don't miss that, though. So, quality of life when it comes to dropping items. Probably don't need 2 steel cutlasses. Although, they are better than my steel short sword. So I think we shift and click to drop. Very nice. And there we have our cutlass. All the new weapons look really freaking sick. Alright, let's have that. Now, I did hear another Nern route down here. Yoink. I'll have ye. They've also added a lot of other environmental details. For instance, there's butterflies and bugs and things floating and fluttering around. In the water, there's fish. The world feels way more alive. All I can think about as well is this remake actually going to be better than Elder Scrolls 6? I mean... Maybe. I don't know. It's pretty bloody good. I mean, you could really... I remember that keep. I mean, look at this stuff. And the thing oh, we've leveled. Oh, let's go look at the leveling system. It's probably going to be a bad level. I don't know how they've changed it. I know they've changed it. Ugh, needs a key. Needs a key. Fuck your key. Let me in the damn door. Alright, let's see if we can sleep in this house. I believe what I used to do before I bought a house in this game, I would kill one of these peasants and steal their house. Another thing that I would like to see in future Elder Scrolls, like if you kill the owner of, say I killed her, looting her stuff shouldn't be stealing anymore. But luckily we can sleep in her bed. Look at the fire, man. And the lighting. Please, please remaster the older games. Look how good the loaf of bread looks. Oh, man. Just remaster. Stop being pussies. You have? And for that matter as well, can you, like, remaster Fallout 1 and 2?
I don't have time to talk.
You just said you've been looking for me, love. Oh, I love it. I love the Oblivion jank.
People in the city, they get stuff and forget to pay. So I help them remember. You talk to them, lean on them a bit, and they remember right away.
Is that right? Well, I'm not that intimidated, I'll be honest.
I have things to do.
I'm sure you do. Yeah, so just the fact that the NPCs are way more expressive adds a lot to the dialogue. It really does. Anyway, let's go sleep. It's 5:30. You know what? Let's get up in the early morning so we can watch the sunrise together. After we level up, of course. 3:30 a.m. Oh. You have ascended to level 2. Oh. What is this? You have realized all your life that you have been coasting along as if you were in a dream. Suddenly, facing the trials of the last few days, you have come alive. I used to love that. I think you get like a different phrase all the way up to level 20. So, what does 12 virtues mean? And we get to pick? In the original, and this really pissed me off with... didn't piss me off, that's the wrong word, because I love Morrowind. But in Morrowind as well, you could really screw yourself over. You had to read into how the leveling system worked, because the skills that you practiced with were the skills that got better. But then, depending on how many of those skills you improved, you could improve your main attributes, which were governed by a different set of skills every time you leveled. If you leveled up the wrong skills, you could end up with a weak character. Whereas this is different. So we've got 12 virtues left. So we can put up a maximum of 5 into each. This is so much. This is more like an RPG. This is more like Fallout. So we can do like our endurance. What would be nice is if there was a tooltip here that would actually tell us what each thing was. But that's fine. I do want to have a bit of speed. Why is it saying choose 3? Right. So so you've got 12 points that you can put into 3 skills. So that's all right. That's better. So yeah, I get that. So we're going to want some agility. We're going to have some personality is actually kind of, I wouldn't say important, but it's not unimportant either. We'll have some strength. The fact that we can give ourselves +5s in these skills as well is actually pretty banging, because to get a +5 on a skill to assign was quite difficult. I wonder if virtues are done by increasing all of your skills. Like if I had more skill increases before the level, would I have got more virtues? I'm going to need to look this up for sure. Oh, we can't do luck now. Why not? Oh, right. So luck requires 4 virtues. That makes sense because luck helps out everything. A little bit. Just a little bit. But it does help out everything. Right, we definitely want more agility. And endurance is hit points. So let's go for that. Okay. And is that it? That's the leveling system. Okay, that's way easier to understand. What the fuck are you guys looking at? Yeah, you're an ugly cunt, aren't you? Yeah. Alright, anyway. I guess I was sleeping in their bed. Never mind. So let's check it out. Ooh. Oh! Wait a minute. Why is there Aurora Borealis? That was a Skyrim thing. Oh, jeez. That was a Skyrim thing. Even it back in Morrowind, I used to love looking up at the night sky and seeing the planets and the moons. Because the game actually has constellations built in. And they are consistent constellations. And they move with the months. And the moons go through cycles and phases. They always put a lot into the detail of the worlds. Which is really cool. And it's something that I'm very surprised. Yeah, that's one of the things, you know, Skyrim was just, not Skyrim. Starfield was just so bland. It had just no soul to it at all. And it's such a shame. Right, let's have a little look around. Oh my god. This is like how you remember it looking as a kid. There's the Tower Stone. Hello. You chatting shit, mate? Who are you? Ooh. You're a bit of an angry man. Bandit. Well, that's fine. Let's go deal with this bandit. Where are you running to? That's right. Running to your demise. I'm level 2 now. Yeah, there's a lot more reaction with enemies, the way enemies get hit and stuff. Weak potion of fumbling. So we can actually have the... Yeah, so we can change our star sign with these. The star sign of the tower. No, I'm good. Let's go for a little wander. Oh, the music. I remember this place. Ooh. Got a little scamp. Stunted scamp, because we're low level. It's also a wizard. Oh, no, it's a conjurer. Scamp, you're going to have a bad time, mate. I have never, ever played these games as an archer before. And it works so bloody well, guys. Looks like the sun's coming up. Ah, all the alchemy, monk's hood, all the plants, just everything looks so cool. Can't pick those shrooms. Interesting. Beautiful red morning. Just the idea, one thing that I love about Elder Scrolls is the fact you look at one of these top mountains up here and you can go there and you can, you know, with some degree of effort. Because when I was playing this yesterday, I did see, as I came out of the tunnels there, I did watch the sun fade behind the mountains and it did look proper impressive. Because Oblivion is not a pretty game anymore. Yeah, we're getting like 130 frames out here. Sun coming up over the valleys. It's a bit of a foggy day today. Not going to see too much. Ah, and of course, Breville, Anvil, Gavach, Skinrograd, Leowin. I remember them all. Little bit of stutter here. Let's go inside. Now, famously, with Oblivion, all of the dungeons, I'm pretty sure I'm remembering this correct, there's like 240 dungeons in Oblivion, and they were all made by the same person, which is why they felt very, very similar. And they were very, very similar. After you'd done like 10, you kind of done them all. So I'm curious to see what they're like now. Ooh, we've got rats. Hey, buddy. The rats look really cool as well. They look awesome, in fact. Need that rat meat. Need that rat meat. Alright, let's get our sneak on. Hey, buddy. One up the bum. All the harm done. I'm on the corner. Having traps like that in the dungeons was actually a very new thing. Because we didn't really have anything like that in Morrowind. Now we got these Wakeland stones. I remember we can use those to recharge our spells and things. Ooh, ominous. Very ominous. We've got some... I was going to say, we've got some stinky gas coming out of the middle there. Ooh, hello. You were quiet. Sneak, sneak, sneak. Now, let's see what sort of a range we've got in this bow. Alright. So the range isn't fantastic. We've just got to lead a little bit. Lockpick. Very nice. Now I'm curious to see, do we not have... Oh, our main objective is there, which I like. Do we not have... a local map? We should have a local map. That's interesting. I like the way we can center on ourselves. So is there not a local map at all? Ah, maybe there is. There's that, but... not really updating a map, is it? Alright, that's interesting, because the local maps were notoriously bad in the original, which is why I'd like to see them improve. They were very confusing. Very confusing. Ooh, is that Umbra? Ooh. Umbra's going to kick my ass. This is a very high level quest. I say very high, I mean high enough. Now, how do we save the game? F5. F5 is still quick save. Hello, Umbra. It is Umbra herself. She's very famous because if you can kill her here, you can get a full set of ebony equipment really early on. I think she's actually a quest as well. She also has a sword called Umbra, which you can use. Now, why this quest is so notorious is this quest was broken in the 360 launch version because every time you killed her and picked up her sword, the game would crash.
Get out of here while you can. Yes?
Hello, Umbra. It's been a few years, isn't it?
Umbra. It is everything.
Uh-huh. Well, we can't actually talk to her. I'm going to take your bread, though. What's in your sack? You've got flour. 3 loads of flour in your sack. I thought this was Umbra's area. And some bone meal. You know, I wonder how bad she's going to body us. Should we find out? Let's try and go for a sneak attack. Now. Turn around, Umbra. I just want to give you some back shots, but not in that way. Oh, yep. Okay. Yeah, she's going to ruin us. Although, what we could do, actually... Yeah, because I remember my dyslexic brain always used to call this dungeon Vin Diesel. What we could do, just because I want to see her sword... you can... turn the difficulty level all the way down. And we can try and take her out. Well, we actually hurt her this time. Oh yeah, we can do it. We can do it. Right, let's kill her. I just want to see what a magic weapon looks like. Now, I can't remember the pros and cons of turning the difficulty down. I think you get a lot less XP. And, yeah, it's really not a good way to play the game. Because it'll take an eternity to get any levels. But what you can also do is you can, once you start getting more powerful than any of the mobs around you, you can turn the difficulty right up. And the opposite is true. You really are kicking my ass just a little bit. Wouldn't it be funny if this actually crashes and breaks the game? Come on. You're supposed to die. I don't know about being impressed. It's try and say that with a belly full of arrows. Right. Umbra. Now, Umbra is a cursed sword. But I forget how it's cursed. Maybe you can't unequip it. I'm not sure. Right. Umbra's ebony shield. You know what? We're going to have the whole bloody lot. I thought we might be over encumbered. But... let's have a little look at what ebony armor. Ebony armor was my favorite armor in this game. So, Oh, we got all these filters. I think we had these filters before. Right, we don't need you anymore. Let's go for... Oh, my God. Ebony armor just looks so freaking good. Oh, shit, and I dropped it. Shield. Helmet. Where's the boots? The boots! We must have picked up the boot. Ah, we got the gauntlets and the boots. And Umbra. Soul Trap on Strike, that's it. Okay, so it's not actually a cursed sword at all. Ooh. So you can kind of see the power glowing through the blade, which is nice. And we are indeed over encumbered. Right, anyway, guys, I'm going to leave this here because I have got so much more recording to do today. But I just wanted to get my thoughts and my knowledge, my excitement of this game out. Because, personally, I genuinely believe... How do we load? That everybody should be made aware just to... Well, I suppose, you know, there's going to be 68,000 million billion videos of this game out and about now. But I wanted to put my 2 cents out there. As a long-time Bethesda fan who had... before we leave... leveling up. Right. As your skills improve, you gain experience. The higher the skill level, the more experience you gain. When a skill is improved, the level up bar appears, showing the amount of experience that was gained. When the bar is filled, you have gained enough experience to level up. You can check at any time if you are ready to level up by looking at this icon. You can level up by sleeping in a bed. You can level up several times in a row if you've not slept for a while, and you have improved your skills enough for multiple levels. When you level up, you are given the opportunity to distribute virtues to increase your attributes. You can assign up to 5 virtues into any attribute. Each virtue is assigned to an attribute to increase it by 1. Luck is an exception. It requires 4 virtues to increase by a single point. It is up to you. So yeah, I guess you always get 12, which is interesting because if you min-maxed the original game and you did everything, you know, you perfectly leveled your character up, you could always get 15 because you could get 3 plus 5s. So they have optimized that a little bit, but it makes it fairer because you're not going to level up and get, say, 3 plus 1s. So you're always going to have 2 plus 5s and 1 plus 3. Or 1 plus 2 it is, isn't it? Yeah, because you get 12. Yeah, so they have made that a lot friendlier. And then every time we get to a milestone, which is every 25, so you get one for getting level 25 in a skill, level 50 in skill, level 75 and level 100 in skill, you get a permanent buff. This is different. This is different. Right, okay, so every time you got a skill increase in the original Oblivion, it was shit, because with Blade, for instance, it just meant that if you held, I think it was like if you hold down attack and the left on the analog stick, you could do like a sweep move, which was shit and didn't really do much. Whereas now, instead of that, you get other permanent bonuses. That's so much better. Expert. Regular attacks have a 20% chance to make a target bleed for 3 seconds. Power attacks apply. Yeah, so they've got rid of all that shit. that made leveling up in the original game really underwhelming because, you know, although your weapon got better with each level, the actual main perk of getting to a milestone was rubbish. Oh, come on, guys. Please go back and do Morrowind. Please go back and do Morrowind. I would be so freaking happy. Magic skills. So what do these do? Oh, so these are the same. So basically, novice can only cast novel level skills. Apprentice, yeah. So that's the same. I like the way it gives you like an explanation of all the schools of magic. I wish this stuff would have been in the original because it would have made getting into the game so much easier. Marksman. So, a novice loses fatigue whilst aiming. An apprentice no longer loses fatigue. Can focus. I think off the top of my head, this is the same. These are the same milestones. Yeah. So, sneak. Sneak attacks with a dagger deals 5 times more damage. Sneak attacks with bows and one-handed weapons and bare hands do 2 times damage. Sneak attacks with a dagger do 8 times. Yeah, expert is harder to detect in bright environments. A journeyman makes less noise whilst moving, and I love the fact it tells you what your skills do. Excellent. Acrobatics. A novice has no particular perk. I like the way they call them perks now because we didn't call anything perks back then because this was all new stuff. An apprentice can dodge. Less fatigue whilst jumping. An expert can jump over the surface of water. Oh yeah, you could do the Jesus jump. I remember. A master consumes 75% less fatigue. Yeah. Yeah. Security, yep. Mercantile. This is such an important skill, sort of, but it's... Well, actually, it's not that important, because eventually in all, you know, Elder Scrolls games, you end up with more money than you know what to do with. But... it's a really difficult skill to level up. To increase your level, yep, gain gold. Now, one thing that I've always been curious with Mercantile, do you get more experience for selling higher value items? I'm not sure. I don't think you do. Speechcraft is also a pain in the dick. Do you remember that weird speech wheel that they used to have in the original? It's still here, but it's better. Because it looks nicer and their expressions are way easier to read. It's still not a great mechanic, but it's part of what Oblivion was, you know. So, this is an important one to try and get up. Gains a free rotation of a wedge. Yes, once you get that, game over. You can sweet talk anyone. Yeah. So blocking allows... So they've reworked blocking, I've heard. Blocking allows you to reduce incoming physical damage, including arrows, at the cost of fatigue. To block, yeah. Your efficiency at blocking is highly impacted by your block skill, as well as your equipment. Blocking barefisted only offers minor protection, whilst a shield mitigates more damage. Yep. Durability. You know what, guys? I could be here for hours. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this video up because I've been waffling on for an hour. When did that happen? Bloody hell! This was only supposed to be a 20-minute look at the game. Jeez. Anyway, I'm happy as a pig in shit. It's on Game Pass. If you got Game Pass, try it out. Literally, why not? Right? You got nothing to lose. And then obviously you can also buy the game on every platform. So I'm going to be playing it on my Ally, which I'm pointing to, which you can't see, but I'm going to have a little look, see how it handles on that as well. I've been playing South of Midnight on my Ally actually, and it's perfect. So this is going to be interesting. I've seen people play this on the Steam Deck. So if the Steam Deck can run it, the Ally is way more powerful than that. So yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed. Because I've always wanted to play Morrowind on my Ally, but that is a mental pain in the ass to get to run, and obviously use the controller. And the same with Oblivion. Oblivion you can install and get it to run, no problem. But Oblivion doesn't support controllers without mods and jank. This does. So, happy fucking days. Anyway, guys, I am so happy. Check the game out and let me know. Let me know what you think of Elder Scrolls. I know it's a Marmite franchise. Lots of people love it. Lots of people hate it. But I'm an absolute lover. And this has reminded me so much of why I love the game. Anyway, it's enough rambling from me. Till next time, guys.